Once upon a time, in the vibrant city of Rosario, Argentina, a legend was born. His name, Lionel Messi. You may know him as one of the greatest footballers of all time, but today we're taking a trip back to where it all began, his childhood. Lionel Messi was born on June 24th, 1987, in Rosario, a city known for its passion for football. From the very beginning, Lionel showed a love for the sport. In fact, some might say it wasn't just love, it was an obsession. He spent most of his days with a football at his feet, practicing in the streets or on dusty fields with other kids from the neighborhood. Even at a young age, people around him could tell he was different. He was smaller than the other kids, but his control over the ball was something extraordinary. He could weave in and out of defenders like they weren't even there. His size didn't matter. He played with heart, and everyone could see it. Lionel grew up in a close-knit family. His father, Jorge Messi, worked in a steel factory, and his mother, Celia, worked as a cleaner. Though they didn't have much, they always supported Lionel's passion for football. His father would often coach him, spending hours with Lionel in their backyard. His family believed in him, and that gave Lionel the strength to keep going, even when times were tough. By the time Lionel was 5, he was already playing for his local club, Grandoli. The club was modest, but Lionel stood out. It was clear, this kid had a future in football. His family was always there, cheering him on from the sidelines. Whether it was a neighborhood match or a more official game, they were his biggest supporters. Their encouragement pushed Lionel to work harder every single day. At 8 years old, Lionel joined Newell's Old Boys, one of the most famous youth clubs in Rosario. Here, his talent really began to shine. People started to talk about the little boy who plays like a dream. Messi would dribble past entire teams, score unbelievable goals, and leave everyone in awe. But while Messi was shining on the pitch off the field, a different challenge began to emerge. As the years went by, Lionel wasn't growing like the other boys. His parents grew concerned, and after visiting several doctors, they finally discovered the reason. Lionel had a medical condition called growth hormone deficiency. This condition meant that Lionel's body wasn't producing enough growth hormones, and without treatment, he wouldn't grow to a normal height. The treatment was expensive, and the Messi family didn't have the money to afford it. But here's the thing. Lionel Messi never let his size stop him. He continued to play with the same passion and determination. He didn't care that he was short. He knew his skill and love for football were enough to carry him through. The Messi family tried everything to cover the cost of his treatment. Jorge, his father, worked even harder, but it still wasn't enough. And this is where fate stepped in. Lionel's talent hadn't gone unnoticed, even beyond Argentina. Scouts from the prestigious Spanish club FC Barcelona had heard about the young boy from Rosario, and they were eager to see him play. When they finally saw him in action, they were amazed. His dribbling was out of this world, his vision on the field unmatched. They knew immediately that this boy was something special. But they also knew about his medical condition. They offered Lionel a spot in their youth academy, La Masia, and promised to cover the costs of his growth hormone treatment. It was an opportunity of a lifetime. But for Lionel, this was a tough decision. He was only 13 years old, and leaving his family, friends, and home in Rosario wasn't easy. He knew that moving to Spain would mean starting a new life in a foreign country. Still, Lionel was determined. He knew this was his chance to follow his dream of becoming a professional footballer. So in 2000, with a heavy heart and a hopeful spirit, Lionel Messi boarded a plane to Barcelona. Barcelona was a world away from the streets of Rosario. The city was big, and the pressure was enormous. At La Masia, coaches, teammates, and fans alike started to realize that Lionel Messi wasn't just any young player. He was destined for greatness. His talent on the field was undeniable. Messi became the standout player in every youth tournament he played. His dribbling, vision, and finishing were already at a level far beyond his age. It wasn't long before the world began to notice this young boy from Rosario. And soon, Lionel Messi would go on to become one of the greatest footballers the world has ever seen. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more stories like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. There's so much more to Messi's story, and we'll be bringing you the next chapter soon. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.